Hello, hello. I hope some of you are able to join me live. I know some of you will be watching on hashtag replay. So whichever it is for you, then welcome. So where are we? July. Not that you'd think it, looking outside. My goodness, the weather here in the UK, well, specifically in my part of the UK, is really pretty grim at the moment. So if you're somewhere sunny, let me know, because we could certainly do with some sunshine here. So what is it I'm going to talk about today? What I'm going to talk about today is, well, obviously I'm going to share a little bit about where I've lurked or not lurked, because one of the places I chose not to lurk almost got me into some hot water. I seem to do this a lot, actually. It was in one of the introvert Facebook groups. And good morning, Carrie. Oh, from beautiful, sunny northern Minnesota. Can you send some sunshine over here, please, Carrie? We're in my part of the UK desperately lacking sunshine. So that would be fabulous if you could do that. Hi from Ireland. I don't know who you are, Facebook user from Ireland, but hi, lovely to have you join us. So I'm here to, and if you haven't given StreamYard permission, it won't tell me your name, but say who you are anyway, because names are important to me. So I do like to know who it is I'm talking to. So today I'm going to talk to you about a little incident I had in a Facebook group, and talk to you a bit about choice, I think, really. And I hope it doesn't come across as hypocritical, but I'm sure you'll tell me if it does, and I'm okay with that too. So I came across a post in a Facebook group, and it's the type of post that winds me up, because as far as I'm concerned, it perpetuates this myth that introverts are unsocial, are what's the word? Antisocial, that's the word. It perpetuates the myth that we're antisocial, and that we're actually, we hate people. And that's not who I am as an introvert at all. And I know people use it as humor. So Jen, hello. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that, Jen. She's saying it's just what she needed to hear this afternoon. Well, I'm very pleased that it's going to add something to your day then, Jen. So in this Facebook group, somebody posted about a new doormat they'd seen, that we've all seen them, I'm sure, before. And this one said, you're at my door, that's enough socializing for today, or something like that. And I commented, that's sad, because I don't like people turning up unexpectedly. Oh, Ursula. Oh, it's lovely to have you join us, Ursula from Ireland. And I don't like people turning up unexpectedly. But I'm happy if I know people are coming and will have made appropriate arrangements, etc. But I really don't appreciate all the memes that perpetuate this myth that we're antisocial, people haters, who really don't want to ever communicate with anybody else, because that's not who I am as an introvert. And I don't think that's about pure introversion. I think that's about introversion with, I don't know, social anxiety, introversion with something else. So I obviously got some backlash from my comment about why sad. It's a bit harsh, you saying it's sad and that sort of stuff. But what it got me thinking about was the whole drama triangle and the empowerment triangle, because I personally, and this is my view, and I'd really welcome your opinion, because perhaps I'm being oversensitive, and I'm more than happy for that. But I think as introverts, in those instances, when we're choosing to share memes like that, we're almost putting ourselves in the victim role. The old drama triangle, the Karpman triangle, that was talked about a lot as part of transactional analysis theory. And I think that puts us in, or portrays us, almost as victim to external people, and potentially even, you know, a bit martyrish, actually, because pure introversion is, as you know, is just about where we get our energy from. You know, I can be as social as the next person, provided my batteries are recharged and provided it's not for an extended length of period, unless, and here's the unless for me, unless it's with people who recharge me, who understand me, who get me, where we get into those conversations that can go on for hours and expand my thinking and take me places I've never been before. So, you know, I can socialize to those, you know, in those kinds of ways, pretty much as well as probably an extrovert, and maybe differently, because I can't do the spontaneous flitting around from subject to subject, but I'm really good at getting stuck into deep conversations that really tax our thinking, that have us going, wow, that's a really interesting point. I hadn't really thought about that before. Let's kind of just explore that for a while. So the drama triangle from transactional analysis comes from a position not of adult. It comes from a position quite often of child ego state, where we're replaying how we behaved as a child, where we're getting sulky and kind of storming off to our room in a way, or a kind of parent ego state, and potentially my that's a shame or that's sad was viewed as a parent ego kind of reaction. I don't know. But how much better is it for us to be more in that empowerment dynamic, which, you know, takes the drama triangle and kind of reframes it so that we have a positive stance on this. So the rescuer kind of becomes the coach. So rather than rescuing the situation, they remain curious and remain in the conversation and kind of stay with the questions and where we're going to go. Where the victim becomes the creator, you know, so where we're all seen as equals and allies, where the potential and the possibilities are endless, where we're able to be authentic and step into personal power, engaging with that coach part of us and staying curious amongst it, you know, amongst it all. And where the persecutor, rather than being critical and kind of making us feel not good about ourselves, can kind of encourage us to take some responsibility for ourselves, for our behavior, for our way of thinking, our way of being, where we can be assertive, where we can exist with a growth mindset, where back to the kind of creator, where anything is possible. So this empowerment dynamic is definitely a much more positive take on where we can get caught as either coming from parent or child in that drama triangle. But if we shift to the adult in us and then take on the empowerment options, the empowerment dynamic, what a different complexion it puts on the world and what different lenses we see the world through. So one of the things that I'm committed to do at the moment is kind of, gosh, I notice I'm nervous even as I'm saying this, but kind of calling it out. Where I see introverts playing the victim role, rather than colluding with them and doing the, yeah, isn't it awful, is actually starting to shift that perspective so that rather than victim, you know, we become creator of our own destiny. We see things as possibilities. And rather than choosing a doormat that says, you're on my front doorstep, that's enough interaction for one day, is actually being prepared to talk to people about what it would take for us to engage adult to adult so that we can explore the possibilities, we can explore new ways of thinking, new ways of being. So I'm about to create a post for LinkedIn, which is again going to be another provocative post. And I think it's going to be around this kind of stuff, actually, about how if we choose to be victim, you know, we don't shine in the world. And I'm not a big football fan, and I didn't know I was going to go here in this conversation, but here I am. You know, the three young Black football players that have received so much criticism for missing their penalties on Sunday night's match. You know, Marcus Rashford in particular has come out and said, in essence, I refuse to be a victim in this. So he is choosing that empowerment dynamic. And it doesn't leave space for people to be persecutor if we choose not to be victim. And what an empowering place that is to be. You know, we can only be persecuted if we, and that's not true, it's not only, but we can only continue to be persecuted if we leave ourselves in that victim role. So I'm not going to be lurking. I'm going to be talking about this stuff and talking about the power of the empowerment dynamic. I think Ursula's put something here. Yeah, it's all about, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, I think we have a choice in whether we okay victim or victor in anything we do. And neither for me. So victim is a disempowered place. Victor is also for me a disempowered place, because in either of those positions, it's an I'm not okay, you're okay, or a I'm okay, you're not okay. Whereas what we're looking at here is I'm okay life positions for all of us. And that's where we need to be for that growth mindset. So a bit of a rant today. I didn't know I was going to rant, but there we are. I've had a little bit of a rant. Thank you for letting me rant. And if you're watching this on replay, #replay, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this. Thank you for joining me live. And remember to access that empowerment dynamic, the coach rather than the rescuer, the creator rather than the victim, and the challenger rather than the persecutor. Let's live life from an empowered position. See you next. Oh, now I might not see you next week because I'm off all next week on a detox retreat. I might pop on and do a cheeky live from my phone, but I'm certainly not going to be scheduling it through StreamYard. So the next scheduled one will be 2 weeks' time, just because I'm taking a week out to do everything to recharge my own batteries and to look after me. So I hope you have a good rest of this week and a good next week, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Take care, everyone.